Hi everyone, I'm Gauthier, and welcome to this special video remembering Chelsey Gauthier after 7 years. Can you believe it? It's already been 7 years since she passed. Unbelievable. It doesn't feel like 7 years. It feels like 1 or 2 years. Not even. Feels like it happened yesterday. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't think about that girl. And I know there's a lot of our family that always, there's a lot of family I talk to, like my cousin Diane. She'll talk about Chelsey all the time. And that's wonderful that people don't forget about her, because she was a very special girl. And just putting videos like this together is very, very difficult for me. So please bear with me. for those of you that don't know, 2017, July 27, 2017, my daughter Chelsey went up to help a gentleman in his 60s do some work in mission. I guess she was doing it for money. I don't know all the details. I wasn't in town. I was on a road trip. I was doing my regular trucking. And he came down the very, very same day, but without her. And it turned out that he probably, this is my assessment anyway, this is what I think happened. This guy had a very, very bad reputation. Gary Losh, or Losh, or whatever his creepy name is, had a very bad habit of hitting on younger women. Here's a man in his 60s. There's no word for creep. No worse, I don't know, is there a word that's worse than creep? Just a pervert, creep, pedophile, whatever you want to call him, a man that's that old. He could be her grandfather. I'll never understand the mentality of some of these creeps out there. I really do hope that that the Lord comes back quickly. This world is messed up. I do apologize if I sound a little bit upset. I'm still trying to get through this. I'll be as dignified as I can. I still miss my daughter very much. There isn't a single day that doesn't go by that my heart goes out to her, and I think of her and I miss her. And this specific video is very, very difficult to make because as you will see later, you're going to see images and pictures of Chelsey that you probably haven't seen before, and video that you haven't seen before when she was younger. To give you an update on what's going on, this Gary Losh, or Losh, his trial will start at the end of this year, 2024, in December, and it will go on into 2025. He's gone through many different lawyers. He's fired lawyers because obviously they're probably telling him that you don't have a hope or a chance to get out of jail because this isn't monopoly, for one thing, and second of all, the evidence is just too much against you. And he's tried firing several of his lawyers. And maybe the judge finally said, or the Crown finally said, you know what, you're not doing this anymore, you're holding things up. Stick with the lawyer you got, the lawyer you have. That's what I'm guessing. But he's not a very bright person. And I know the prisons and the jails and the holding cells and wherever these people might be have access to the news and internet, because that's just the way of our future. Gary, if you're watching this, you're not a very intelligent individual. You're very stupid, as a matter of fact. Because anybody else in that position would, especially they knew that they were guilty and they knew that the evidence was way against them, to the point where you have to fire several lawyers that you never paid for anyway. They're all legal aid lawyers, so let's just say you're not firing them, you're dismissing them. Lawyers that I'm paying for, other Canadians are paying for, because they're telling you don't have a chance. Why wouldn't you just come clean? Come clean, do your time, make a statement to the family. Let them know what you did was stupid. You lost your temper. You were in a rage, whatever. But no, you got to drag this into a trial where all the evidence, all the details are going to be advertised on the media, the internet, social media, etc. So all the other prisoners can see what you did. And when you get nailed finally and put in jail, they're all going to know what you did. They're all going to know everything about you. You got this big billboard saying, look what I did, everybody. And then you're going to end up in jail and you're going to wonder why you're being picked on, or you're going to wonder why you get beat up every day. I don't get it. Why can't you just be a man and own up to all this and save the taxpayers a little bit of money? I don't get it. And for those of you that don't have a clue what I'm talking about, I have a playlist on my channel, Remembering Chelsey Lee Gauthier. It'll give you all the details that my daughter was brutally murdered by this creep in 2017. He dug a little shallow grave and stuck her in there and left the same day he went up there with her. And everybody knew it was him. There was one girl that was in town that posted all over social media that it was definitely him. And he even showed up in town and punched her in the face and never got even arrested for that. I don't get that either. But... So everybody knows it's you, Gary. Why you're playing this charade in this game. My advice to him is just own up to it. Don't put it through a trial, because everyone's going to know what you did, and your life is going to become hell when you go to jail. But you know what? Maybe he doesn't have access to the internet. Maybe he doesn't have access to the media, social media, etc. Carry on. Friends, I have forgiven this man. You might think, well, how can you forgive him? Well, I have to, being a Christian. That doesn't mean I'm going to go take him out to dinner. I forgive him because if he had any goodness in him at all, he wouldn't have done this. The man has got nothing but evil in his heart. If you look at his rap sheet, it's taller than I am. I'm not even that tall. I'm 5'10 and a half, 11. This rap sheet he's got is insane. Fires, arson, threatening people, just all kinds of things. But yet he's still walking the streets, and he was able to kill my daughter when he probably should have been in jail. But hopefully all of that will come to an end at the end of the year when he goes to trial. I don't think it's going to last 2 months. I think once the evidence is laid out in front, I think his lawyer is going to say, listen, you're just better off just to plead guilty and get this over with. I don't even think the jury's going to wait that long once they see all the evidence, and they're just going to say, we're ready to give a verdict now. So, again, those of you that do not know what I'm talking about, I have made a memorial video pretty well every year since Chelsey passed away. Just go down and look for the playlist and you'll find it. It'll give it to you in more detail on what's been going on. But this particular video is to remember Chelsey. And I decided, like in the last few years, I've been using a lot of the same photos, selfie pictures, etc. that she usually takes, because Chelsey was really good with a camera. She had multiple talents, this girl. Not only was she really good with a camera, she was also really good with her voice. And back in 2007, I think it was 2007 or 8, when Chelsey was young, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old, there was an ad. I used to do a lot of radio imaging, and I did a radio show with my buddy Adrian Scott called Power Praise, which you're hearing on the channel actually as we speak for every week. And I would do radio ads for commercials, liners, etc. And there was one particular ad that I needed help with. It needed a voice of a little girl. And I thought, hey, you know what? I was going to go with my daughter Carrie, and I thought, well, she's not old, she's not young enough. I need someone that's got a "Hey, Daddy" voice. And I thought, hey, what about Chelsey? Because she still had a high voice at that time. And I put her behind the microphone, and wow, she was a natural. So this very, very first clip I want to share with you is kind of a preamble of an ad that I was going to do with Chelsey. And a little bit of goofing around, having a little bit of fun. You'll hear Carrie-Anne in the background. And of her just kind of warming up on the mic, and it's kind of fun.
Hi, my name's Chelsey, and I have a cat and an iguana, and I love them. And yeah.
Say something like
my dad does radio productions, whatever how the heck you say that.
Productions.
Productions, there you go.
The funny thing is, a lot of people will shy away from a microphone. Chelsey never did. She actually enjoyed it. When I put the headphones on her head and she heard her voice, she would just make funny noises, and she had a lot of fun. And there was a program that I was going to do, a little radio show that I was going to do with my daughter Carrie-Anne and Chelsey, called Girls Night Out. And they were going to host this show, and it was going to be a Christian radio show that was going to be specifically aimed for girls, young girls. And we had a little fun with that as well.
What if I was a cheerleader? What if I was a girl next door? What if I was a rock star? What if I was something more? What if I was an astronaut? What if I was stuck on the ground? What if I was the president? What if, oh, what if does it matter? What if does it matter? With your love I can be anything. What if does it matter? What if does it matter? With your love I can be anything.
Hi girls, welcome to Girls Time Out. I'm Chelsey Lee.
And I'm Carrie-Anne Marie.
On this show, we're going to listen to some awesome music,
We're going to hear 3 great tracks from Pure Energy.
along with Casting Crowns, Newsboys, and Natalie Grant.
Plus, interesting articles and news just for girls.
That means guys are not allowed, so go play baseball or something.
That sounds like fun.
Stay right there, girls. It's going to be a fun show.
What if does it matter? Oh, what if does it matter? What if does it matter? What if we could let the whole world see that? What if does it matter? What if does it matter? With your love I can be anything.
This is Girls Time Out, the show that's recorded by girls for girls.
And it's produced right here in Abbotsford, BC, Canada.
Just, it's very hard to put these videos together, but I'm so glad I have this stuff. It was sitting on a computer in my storage locker for quite a few years, and I thought, maybe it's time to get into there and get into the files there and look and see what I had. And trust me, it was hard. So this next clip I want to share with you is a radio ad, the radio ad that I did with Chelsey, and it actually turned out to be a really good ad. And it still breaks my heart to hear it, because the way she portrayed herself in this radio ad is exactly the way she was. Very, very sweet, very cute. And she still called me Daddy. I don't even know. Even up to the day, the time when she died, she still called me Daddy. And this ad really touches my heart.
Daddy, still awake?
Yeah, I'm still awake. What did you need, dear?
I can't sleep. Can you tell me a story?
Sure. Well, you know how Daddy's always telling you that you have such great musical talent?
Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be a rock star.
Well, Van Morrison once said, music is spiritual, the music industry is not, and the music business can be cruel, and most unsigned artists never get their big break or even auditioned.
With things that bad, how am I ever going to make it?
Well, Daddy's going to put you on TW33.com. It's a website for unsigned artists that everyone is talking about.
Oh, really? What are they like?
Well, they're kind of like a musical garden.
Kind of like where they grow their own music?
You could say that.
What kind of music do they play, Daddy?
Well, they play Latin music, rock and roll, jazz, pop, blues, country like what your mom likes, and a whole bunch more.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay, come on now. It's time for you to get back to bed. Tomorrow I'm going to take you to tw33.com and sign you up. And you know the nice thing about everything?
What's that?
It's free. Okay, come on, get to bed now.
Executive producer, voiceoverradioads.com.
I know a lot of you have a lot of things you need to do, and I don't want to drag this on. I just want to say that I appreciate those out there that remember Chelsey and that we're friends. I don't hear much from anybody anymore regarding her friends, except some of her really closest friends and her family that loved her very much. So I want to finalize this video with a little montage of Chelsey when she was very young and as she grew a little bit older, and with a song that I think goes beautiful with it. The song that I'll admit, when I during that time, 2007 or 8, or actually this goes back earlier to 1997 and right up to 2017. The song that I chose, I had a mad crush on that girl. I really did when I was younger. Just her eyes. I don't want to reveal it yet, but her eyes just was mesmerizing to me. And then I heard the song recently, and I'm like, wow, this is the perfect song to put behind this montage. So, again, I want to thank you guys for joining me, all of you. And I would ask if you guys would please pray about this situation, that when this trial comes about, that he gets every bit of time coming to him, that he never sees the streets again. Because our justice system out here in Canada is a lot different. You get a slap on the wrist a lot of the time for stupid things, but I really truly hope he never sees a sidewalk again. So pray for justice, friends. Pray for justice. Anyway, enough of that. Here is the finalization of this video with a montage of Chelsey, and I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next time, hopefully in 2025, with some positive results and information, and a positive video that I can tell you that he's now in jail permanently for the rest of his life. God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Chelsey, I miss you very much. Bye, everyone.
What kind of life would that be? Oh, I need you in my arms, need you to hold. You're my world, my heart, my soul. If you ever leave, well, baby, you would take away everything good in my life. And tell me now, how do I live without you? I want to know. How do I breathe without you? If you ever go, how do I ever survive? How do I, oh, how do I live without you? There'd be no sun in my sky. There would be no love in my life. There'd be no